Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but I've been pretty busy with GenCon recently. Just got back, and I'm going to be showing you my deck profile for the red-purple deck I used in everything but 2 events. Got top 3 in every event I used this in. Yeah, so let's start off here. First card we have is 3 Sakura Haruno, the action card that cost 1. This card was never not good. I think I popped my own card once off of this with a Guardian ability. That didn't even hurt me. It like hit a Mitsuki and I just won the next turn anyways. But this card, there was so much green. This card would kill Naruto, Haku, Kakuzu. This card is, in my opinion, a definite 3 of. The way I built my red-purple is to have an answer for everything. So I always want to have something that will pop, something that will bounce, something that will go aggro, that can be defensive if I need it to. There was even a point in time where I had this card and an Inujin, which I'll get to in a second. And just to leave them at one time so they couldn't Mitsuki me, I played the Inujin and then the Sakura Haruno to pop my own Inujin, to put them at one time. So there's so many things you can do with this card. It's just absolutely amazing. Let's move on to the next copy. Okay, we have Mitsuki, by far the MVP of the whole tournament. There were so many times where I literally just... It got to the point where people had to play around putting you at 2-time if you knew you were red. Because if they put you at 2-time, you just drop him and win. I won probably about 40% of some games with this card. It's insane. You just hit with your extra deck like 2 or 3 times, and they instantly just become afraid of this card. It's only ever bad early game. He's not even terrible then, because you can just sack him off, but he makes me play bad sometimes. There's so many times where I just summon him and I want to attack instantly when I know I shouldn't, just because he has that fast icon on him. It makes me really just want to utilize that, but sometimes you have to hold back. But he was definitely one of the top 3 cards I've used at that event. Won so many games because of this card. Next up is Sai Yamanaka. I was originally only running 2 of this, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I switched it before the event because this ability right here, this has saved me so many times. Actually, it did save me once during the event. Someone summoned a Majestic Attire Susanoo against me, and that thing I think has +3 Guardian attack, so it would have hit me for 4. Luckily, the first card he ripped off the Guardian stack was this, and I just bounced it back to his hand, and, he could never recover after that. He paid 8 cost, to summon that card. He had to get rid of 2 of his battlers, 2 high-cost ones. So this card is just always very good. The recovery is also very good, too, because summoning this, putting them at 1, and then, just feeling really safe when you swing with it, is definitely very good. I can show you what I cut for him for the 3rd one, but 3, this ability is just too good to not, max on. And last for the red 2-drops are 2 Inujin Yamanaka. I actually was running 3 Inujin, cut the 3rd one for the 3rd Sai. Sai was just all around, performed way better than this throughout the whole event. This card came, came in clutch maybe 1 time. That's not a terrible EX ability, but overall wasn't very impressed with the Inujin. You can't really not run him though. He's just one of those cards you have to run, but you're not excited to see. He's like the grunt, he'll swing sometimes, he'll sacrifice sometimes. He's just there for the 50 card count, Now, one of the most busted cards in the entire game, Sarada Uchiha. Forget who it was that won the event that one time at the regional a month ago. Didn't play this card and said it was bad. No idea how he got that into his into this corporeal realm. That idea. This card has almost single-handedly just turned tides of the game, or turn 1 has just put you in a winning position. Turn 1, putting this down, only giving them 3, discarding a useless card in your hand, drawing an EX card, and having safe attacks and 2 attacks at that. This card literally only fears the Sakura that kills it on a drop. Playing this, if you're going first, is like so much advantage in the first turn. It's almost better than the Sasuke, the red one. This card just instantly, you put it down. If they don't have an answer for this, this is potentially swinging to next turn and being either a full sacrifice for something like Garaga or Sasori, or being part of a sacrifice for something bigger. There's no way that I would ever run less than 3 of this card. It is absolutely insane. I knew this card was insane as soon as I laid eyes on it. One of the best cards in red. This is definitely, easily, probably the best, if not the second best starter card on your first turn. You always want to have EX cards. If you don't have an EX card in your hand, you're instantly like losing already. It's so hard for anyone. When you don't have an EX card, it means that they can play their big drops and not be very worried, because there's nothing in main deck that instantly threatens you. So it's really important to have this card. She really helps just further the strategy. Next up is the card that I sort of love to hate. This card, I'm never excited to see it in my hand until there's a problem. It's very, I have no idea. It draws you an EX card, which I like, and it can get rid of a problem, which I like, but it gets rid of yours. I love seeing it in the Guardian stack because it'll bounce something. My mindset behind playing this is, Boruto is a problem. You have to have outs to Boruto. Also, being down to 1 or 2 Guardians or 0 Guardians and them having a way to attack, this is a way to get rid of this. Sometimes this can just reset the game and put you in a very good position. I used to play Chocho, so the combo would be Chocho into this for 4 to bounce, but Chocho has just been, time and time again, one of the worst cards in my deck. No longer play Chocho. I got rid of that long before I went to GenCon. This is the exact deck that I used at GenCon, so this card, I've thought about dropping it to 1, but every time I think about dropping it to 1, I'm always worried about never seeing it, but I feel like 2, I see it a little too much, so some more testing's required. It wasn't ever bad unless you saw like a whole bunch of action cards, so I think it's something you have to play with, decide for your own if you enjoy it. If at the worst, it's always discard fodder for Sarada. It's more of a card where if I don't have an answer to anything, this acts as like a bad Sai or a bad Sakura, something like that. Next is my favorite card to see in my opening hand. I think every time I opened this card, I felt like I was going to win the game. Going first with this card, it opens up so many plays. So essentially, you play this, you put them at 4. You're not worried if you're going first because they don't have any EX cards. You put them at 4, you draw an EX card. That makes half of your extra deck able to summon off of this card alone. You now have 3 cards, potentially. You have a 50% chance of being able to play an EX card next turn. Drawing this off of this felt incredible because essentially it's a draw 2. You Legion, and then when you attack, you draw. It's so much plus. Sasuke never felt bad because if they Sakura Sarada, or if they Sakura it, the action card, you get to search your deck or draw. It never felt like it was a card I ever wanted to not see. It always was a card I wanted in my hand. This card is absolutely insane. The only card that might be better than it is Sarada when you want to go first. It's so good. I love this card. Next up, one of the cards I was iffy on, but put in actually so much work over the week. I played 3 of this because I was very scared of Boruto and very scared of green, as I should have been, because there was so many greens, so many Borutos. People feel safe to drop Borutos sometimes. If they see you don't have an extra deck card, or if they feel like you're at a disadvantage, they feel really safe to do it because they think, I would pay 6 costs for a Sai to bounce it, or I'd have to crash into it. Well, with this card at 3 in the deck, you always feel safe. If I see this card, popping a Boruto, Guardian Stack, popping a Boruto, Guardian Stack, hitting a Gaara, there were times where I hit Gaara just so they didn't have a sacrifice for an EX next turn, or I would hit the green Naruto because they wouldn't have a sacrifice for the EX next turn. It was so good. The only times I didn't like it were if I wasn't playing against green, which was few and far between. I played purple blue twice, and I would see this card, and it was like lackluster. But even blue has some sentinels you'd like to pop. But at the end of the day, it still has recovery, and that's essentially a free attack. And it's a 4. It's not expensive. This card, I would definitely keep running at 3. It's so good. Next, another controlling card, Tsunade. I originally ran 2 of this, but then 3 before the event I just realized was so good. This is another way to pop Naruto's, Haku's, other Tsunades. So many cards this card pops that it's just way too good not to run. 5 is a little hefty, but as you learn, the game is getting to a point where people are feeling a lot safer to play bigger cards now, where this card just, it doesn't cost much to play anymore. Such a great card. 2 is probably acceptable, but I just wanted to, control and make sure they had less or no monsters on the field at all times. Card I wanted to try, Orochimaru. I know it's really good in maybe red-green decks because of the Naruto combo, and I really wanted to try it in here. I put it at 1. Maybe if I bumped it up, I'd see it more in better situations. There was only one time where this card helped me. All the other times I never wanted it or never wanted to play it over a different card. So I guess for that one time, it's made its worth, but where it pulled its weight was right here. This Guardian ability, always went off, because 4 is not strong, and it just helped so much. I had a time where they had a Tsunade, and they hit my stack and revealed this, so I knew Tsunade was going to die from the attack, and I could bounce another card. This card plussed so much in that interaction. Such a good card. I have no idea. 1 just feels like not enough, but 2 feels too much. So, we'll see. The best red card in all of existence, Sai. This card is beyond words. It turns the tides of games. It got to the point where people were having Sai wars. They'd summon a Sai, bounce back one of your cards, you'd summon a Sai, bounce back their cards, and it literally just became who could draw into something that gave them the advantage first. This card is a must of 3 of in a red deck, I believe. If you're not playing 3, I feel like you should bump it up to 3. It's way too good not to have 3 of. 1 Might Guy. I feel like 1 is the perfect number for Might Guy. You see it in the stack just enough to where it's good, and you see it in your hand just enough. This card single-handedly won me a game. I opened up a really bad hand of 3 action cards. I was going first. I had 3 action cards, a Tsunade, a Sai, and a Might Guy. So I couldn't play my 3 action cards because it was the first turn. If I play Tsunade, she kills herself, and if I play Sai, he bounces himself. So my only option was legit playing Guy and giving them 8 time. They just happened to never have anything to deal with Might Guy, and I swung 3 times with him, and their stack never turned up anything to kill him. So he just performed very well throughout the event. Of this deck. The first one is Kabuto. He was a card I wanted to see if I didn't have Sarada or the Sasuke 4-drop. He was probably the worst EX drawer, but you have to play him because not having an EX card means you're losing. So the Guardian giving them a Guardian really doesn't matter too much. You don't really care about their life because you're going to kill them anyways if you have the advantage of the EX card. Him having 3 strength actually came in handy quite a bit. So he was not a bad card in any sense of the word. So I really have nothing negative to say about him. He was just unfortunate you wanted to see the other ones more than him. In the game. I love this foil. I wish I had it. So many people had the foil for it and I don't. It's so cool because it makes the wings silver and they cover the entire card. There's a Hiruko that I have foils of actually. that is my second favorite foil in the game. That they just look so good. But Konan played so good. She's a 2-drop that you don't care if you attack because you get an EX. It's very slow, but if you don't have any other way, she does it. And she is an easy sacrifice. Her Guardian isn't the best, but it recurs when you're losing sometimes. Konan was just a great card overall. Down to 1 at the beginning of the event and switched it out with another one. Turns out I didn't. I left 2 in the deck. So she I think the most this card did was kill a Kinshiki. I really just don't want to even play this card, actually. I thought there would be... it's good in theory against other red decks because it pops their 2-drop size or Enogens or stuff like that. But it just never happened. I never killed myself off of its ability, so that was good. But she's just not worth it for the most part. So I would definitely put this to 1 or 0 if I found a better card to run than her. Called me crazy. I thought I was running 2. I thought I got rid of the second one of this and put in a second Granny Chiho, but I didn't. But my theory behind 1 Granny Chiho is in purple green or maybe other decks, you want this because there's a lot more 3-drops or cards that are worth summoning off of this. But anytime that I wanted to summon Granny Chiho or would have summoned it, I would have rather just played the card that would have progged off of her effect anyways. There was like very niche situations where she came in handy. So I think 1's the perfect number, at least for the red-purple strategy. There's not many cards you want that are 3 or less, other than like a Sarada, which I'd rather just play the Sarada straight out to get that EX advantage and put them like fearing what I have. So yeah, she was just alright at best. Believe it or not, Hidan I didn't like, but he's a very good card. 2 Hidan, I feel like, is a perfect number as well. Maybe 3 if I were to get rid of anything. Like I said, it'd be that purple Sakura. But for now, I just can't find anything. His ability is really good to draw you, and I love the Guardian ability. That's part of why I wanted to run 3, because it just saves you so many times. But his reinforcements is really where he shines. I don't know what else there is to be said about this card that hasn't been already said. Reinforcements is just like OP sometimes. The card that literally starts you off with these 1-turn kills sometimes. Having 2 of these on the field pretty much just means you kind of win the game. This card is so good, giving everything reinforcements so that even you're not afraid to lose these into the stack. There'd be times where I wouldn't attack sometimes because I knew next turn I'd drop a Kakuzu, so I'd feel so safe to attack into the stack. So good. This card's like, I feel like a definite 3 of in any purple strategy. Just giving everything reinforcements is something you definitely need. See as much as I wanted to. I saw it in the stack, and it's probably my favorite card to see in the stack. Whoops. Just because of just instant removal. But again, I wanted the strategy of this deck to be answers for everything, and this was another answer to everything. Popping Borutos, popping Zabuzas, popping Extra Decks, popping, anything in the world, popping size, popping whatever. This card was so good. I think it's amazing. I definitely love it. It's one of my favorites. Wasn't convinced of how good this card was until I started playing with Farouk. Farouk has showed me how good this card was, and I kind of want to bump it up to more. But I feel like it's just better in the green strategy because you can turbo it out more with the Naruto than it is in red. But reinforcements really helps it. It's so good at costing 6 is a little hefty, but there's turns where you can just play it sometimes if they give you high cost. And it just, if you can play it for free, it's any card in your extra deck but 1 you can summon off of it, and it just recurs a card back that you might need later. Like if they have a Boruto, I can recur back my red Sakura and just like, bam, it's done. It's so good. Farouk really showed me how powerful this card can be. And lastly, the 2 cards in the main deck are Hiruko. This card also won me some games. Just playing this card and being able to pop off. It feels so free when I can just attack the stack and feel perfectly safe. Because if I don't hit 2, my reinforcements will usually summon me something if it dies. And this card's worst enemy is the 6-drop red Sai. That's the only reason I like was afraid to play this card, because so many reds knew the power of Psy. That's the only reason. But other than that, this card was never a bad choice. To the extra deck, the last part of the video. The first one we have is the 3-drop Garaga. This card, I had very mixed feelings about it, but talking with Dusty and Farouk and Arlie, it really helped me appreciate the card more. I wanted to drop it for Datara, but I felt like it would make my extra deck too high. And I didn't like it because it just kind of felt like, drawing an EX card was like lackluster, because this was the one I drew, so I usually didn't have any other monsters on the field anyways at the time. But it came in handy sometimes. It was really good for just keeping up the advantage. And it swung twice, hoping it would live. It was a good card. It was a good card. I'll give it that. Next up is Sorcery, the other 3-drop. Sorcery is a great card. Never doubted this card. It helps cycle cards. It helps, further the advantage. The one thing that Garaga has over it is it hits twice. So Sorcery, though, I never wanted to get rid of it. Probably my favorite card in the extra deck is the 4th form, FO. So it's a very great card. Like I said, the combo with Sasuke drawing this off of it was just instant draw 2 plus 2 hits. This crashes with Boruto. 9 power, basically gets over anything in the main deck. It's so great. Love this card. Definitely need to run it. Next card is, I'll put them both by each other, since they're essentially, they had the same purpose. Itachi Susanoo and Sasuke Susanoo. Love this card a little bit more than Sasuke Susanoo, because they hit almost every target the same, because 6 cost and 5 power. Anything that has 6 cost will usually have 5 power. But they hit basically the same targets. The only difference being is this card will swing 3 times in the stack, which can be very, very, very good. And that this card hits twice. Also, if they have no cards and you have no cards, this card will kill itself if it comes on the field, and this card will not. So that's the 2 differences. Obviously, this one costs 1 more, but they had the same ability as spot removal. This one just hit. So